Everybody, it's your girl Ava Cherie. I'm back again. I'm shifting, and I don't know if a lot of you have noticed. I'm sure you have. I'm shifting focus, not just in an entrepreneur spirit, but my focus as a transformational mindset coach is to take people that once were considered underdogs and show the world, not just as an individual, but as a network, a body of people that are overcomers, that are warriors, that are prayers, that don't live in fear, that have beat the odds. My focus is to coach people into the business mindsets, coach people into careers, coach people into your spiritual advancements, coach you into understanding how powerful everything you've overcome really truly is. We have gaps and potholes in the generations of influencers. What you call influencers nowadays, we were hitting the pavement influencers. We were giving out cards. We were going in prayer in person. We didn't use this social media. We're just getting acclimated to using social media for those purposes because at one time it was all manual labor. So my focus is transformational mindset coaching. And it's very important because I've already been doing it. And the millennials, I do have 4 adult children, all 32 and under. And so my time growing with them, it has been a tremendous life lesson, a doctoral lesson for me. And as we continue to evolve together, I see the necessity of shifting from my age group of 40, 45 plus to their age group in their 30s. We're kind of in the same generations, but the accessibility to tools and resources and people are a lot different than what we seen 15 years ago. So my mindset has shifted along with you guys. And a lot of my mentees, a lot of my clients, I'm behind the scenes realizing that a lot of practical things is not just because you don't know, it's also because you weren't taught. My generation of the 90s parents and us, we grind. We was out there getting the money. We was out there getting the careers. We was making sure we wasn't homeless because we probably were already once homeless. We were grinders. We weren't too big on talking. I'm grateful that we didn't have social media in the 90s and the 2000s and all that, the early 2000s, because we never really was on that tell everybody everything tip. So it really came from the muscle in a network, a village to get through our troublesome times and the things that we faced back then. It really took a village of people that was trustworthy to be in your village, number one, which means your home, your sanctuary. So a lot of things we didn't play games with. So as a consequence, a lot of my peers' children, I mentor. And as I see them go through things now in this social media era, in this millennial era, a lot of things we missed. We taught them, we disciplined them the best of our ability, and we showed up, right? We love hard. We're in love with our children. But a lot of focus was not taught, and we couldn't foresee the fierceness of the speed that our children would grow up in present day. There's so many things that is maladaptive to your mindset. Maladaptive is meaning making you think what you were once taught was all wrong, or is shifting your focus so much or commanding so much of your attention. Our millennials are sometimes out of pace and kind of lost because it's like everything I once knew, everything I was once told, everything I trusted is out of sorts and out of alignment. I want y'all to know there's a lot of trickery to degrade your confidence. I want you to know what we taught you is different because what we're living in now, no one has ever seen before. The rapidness of being able to access information, just not technology, but the depths of how far you can go freely and get misconstrued or get bad information. You all have to relearn and get retaught patience. You have to also reposition yourself to take the good and the bad. What once doesn't work with what we taught you, that's fine. Take the meat off the bone. Apply what does work. But now you have to set up a new set of principles, beliefs, and value systems within this subsystem that we're operating in today. What do I mean? You know if your parents instill values, kindness, patience, servitude in you. You know that you're commanded to do those things because you watched us do that. And that's what kept us. That's what got us by. Breaking bread with one another, making sure each mom and dad had meals, coming together in our community, eating together because we all wanted to make sure we was all straight. Those are core values that if you spent time in there, and if y'all with your powerful leadership as millennials would take your power and authority back from off the streets, off the blocks, off the corners, off these damn games. If y'all will assert yourselves in the confidence that we born you into, people will pay attention. People will look because we're waiting. Y'all are on fire. We're waiting. You don't pick up the scamming. You don't pick up the attributes of getting over. No, y'all came from the muscle of grinding. Y'all came from the muscle. We are looking forward to what you guys are going to do as entrepreneurs. I have 4 hard, able-bodied working adult children. The things that God puts in their brain is so warp speed, and it's so already done that if you guys mess it up, it's because of you. You have everything disposable at your fingertips. You can breathe on it, and it is so. But if you miss the core principles and the foundation and the structure of morals that we as parents instilled in you guys, how to treat each other, how to be upfront, how to be trustworthy, respectful, loyalty, dignity, honorable. If you misstep with any of those key principles, it's going to abort everything that's waiting for you. And it's going to make you lose your stride and confidence, because then you're going to say, man, it's bound to happen. I'm out here. It's crazy out here. But you're supposed to be unreachable, untouchable, because you got to make people that ain't doing nothing strive and climb high to even talk to you. Not because you on some old bougie, you can't talk to me, but you got to hold yourself at a level of excellence. And a level of excellence commands excellence. People that ain't on that type time is not going to climb just to get in the room with you. Now mind you, there are Judas that will climb anything for a small paycheck to betray you. But you have to have safeguards. See, my peers are still my friends, my family. The people I had around me and my children as a young parent were safeguards, right? They were my angels of protection, right? Those were people I never had to doubt. I ain't never had to look both ways. We all rocked and rolled the same way. And I didn't say roll. I said rode, R-O-W-E-D. We rode the same way because we was on the same boat. Come on, jump on this boat with me now. We was on the same boat, right? So you know if you got somebody rowing in the opposite direction, it's going to make the boat unsteady. And you're going to look at that person like, wait, whoa, what are you doing over there? Like, what? Why are you rowing backwards? Why are you rowing against the grain? Why are you making us go all topsy-turvy when we're steadfast? And as a village, we have to question, and we're going to talk to you. Right then and there, we're going to nip it in the bud so we don't have a lingering spirit of whatever on that boat with us. It's important that you take the mask off and unveil yourself to your peers, millennials. It's important that you embrace the confidence to know that you are important and you are essential to the way this world is evolving. You have ideas that you need to be birthed. You don't know how to speak like this in front of your friends in your group because they're going to make you think it's impossible. You have things that has to come to pass because you guys are full. I'm tipping my hat to every parent that I know that's in my age bracket. 90s babies. My firstborn was in 89. So anybody from 89 to 93, in the 90s to 2000, listen, we put down firm infrastructures and foundations for these children. As the parent, don't you look down and don't you lay your head down. Don't you cast judgment on yourself and don't sit nowhere depressed because you did an awesome job with what you had. But we did an awesome job with what we didn't have. Because guess what? Our parents couldn't even fathom the parenting style that we had to incorporate in our lives. So for all the grandparents that are here watching us in amazement, you did a good job. Because you couldn't have foreseen phones that we can do all this with, technology that we can do all this with. You couldn't have foreseen all these platforms. You taught us how to be a village. And we came along and put the grind with the village. And now you millennials, I need to transform your mindset so that now you could take the village, the grind, and create a world of compassion and empathy and power that you have from your ancestors to today. We waiting on y'all. That fire been lit. Y'all have the muscle. Y'all have the strength. You got some strong parents that you still call on. And your great-grands and your grands, they all are your warriors. They're prayer warriors. Those prayers are stored up for you guys. But now it's time for you guys to have somebody to look up to. And that is us. Because we look up to you already. We know what God placed in his womb and gave birth to. Power, authority, confidence, no fear. I see you guys. I see my children alone, and they walk with their head high with integrity. There's no fear. God has shielded you from certain things. Don't run towards it. Because when it's dark, it's dark. And when it's hot, it's hot. You don't have to test anything. Me as a parent, I tested already for you. That's what we call standing in the gap. I always tell you guys, even in my first book, everything I went through, I stood in the gap. So any millennial that comes under my protection and my covering will never have to stand in that gap if you stay in alignment with who God sent to you. If you go off, it's nobody's fault but your own. Get linked up, all right? You'll see me doing a lot of transformational mindset coach advertising, promoting, and what does that mean as a business? What does that mean to be able to talk to me moving forward? I won't be accepting as many calls, as many sidebar conversations because my focus has to shift because it's not just for in network now. I'm being called out of my network. So it's not me at all by myself. It's people that's been waiting on me. So as a servant leader, I'm going to always put myself in the y'all and the we, okay? Because it's us together. So I just wanted to come here. I'm at my spa. I'm getting ready to do another detox for this week already too. Because I'm getting myself prepared. I'm getting myself ready. I'm running through the gate. The gatekeeper said, come on, we waiting. But you got a whole village to bring with you. And that's what I want on my shoulders, the power and strength, because you guys keep me encouraged and strengthened, as well as my job is not over. All right? So get ready. Jump on board. All right? And one last thing. If you recognize beyond God, God first, but if you know where your help comes from, don't be embarrassed to sow a seed. Never be embarrassed to promote that person that's sowing into you, that's seeding into you, that has nurtured you along your journey, whether you was 12, 13, 14, or 27. If you put more of encouragement and acknowledging people who's helping you along the way on your social media, it will start to set the precedence. It will become contagious, that people will now know it's cool to say somebody taught me something I didn't know. Because the younger kids, y'all kids, is looking at y'all now and they think it's not cool to even say thank you. They don't even have no scruples, some of them. And it's just because they caught up. They caught up with y'all. They love this lifestyle. They got this social media at 12 and under. They all on it trying to selfie themselves to death. They don't even have personable skills and communication skills. So you guys still have a mandate to put the principles back in them in a social media era. You got a lot of work to do. Get your ass off the street from shooting and killing each other. Get from trying to steal, kill, and rob and scam Mother Hubbard and so-and-so and so-and-so. Get in the pocket. Because the power is in the pocket of who you are and the confidence of who you are. It ain't trying to come up all the time. Like, that's stale as I don't know what, child. But I'm getting ready to go because I got the detox. So, this your girl, Avis Cherie. I will talk to you soon. God's love to you.